You have to take our 6-Step Essentials Fat Burning Supplement. Our 6-Step Essentials was really exclusively formulated for our diet. I've put this together actually, and it's made out of the absolute best raw materials that you can put into a multivitamin as well as a fat burning supplement. The quality control and potency testing on this vitamin is the same levels as you would find in pharmaceutical grade products. In fact, I would refer you to our website, www.sixstepweightloss.com, to see all of the scientific scrutiny we actually put this through. It's going to enhance fatty acid oxidation as well as fat burning, as well as act as a great overall multivitamin for you. Part of the research we did when we put this together was looking at the vitamins that Americans were most deficient in, as well as the vitamins and the micronutrients that your body needed to help stimulate overall fat burning. It's got appropriate amounts of the chromium, the vanadium, the manganese, the calcium balanced with magnesium, as well as L-carnitine in the context of a good, high-potent multivitamin. You need to take 4 of these capsules a day. You can take 2 twice a day if you like, or you can take 1 tablet 4 times a day, or you can take all 4 of them at the same time. It really doesn't matter. You do need to take them on a full stomach. If you take them on an empty stomach, you will feel nausea, and that's secondary to the vitamins actually being absorbed in your GI tract. So make sure that you take them with food. You'll be taking 4 a day during your weight loss phase, and then 2 a day during your weight maintenance phase. And you'll find 120 capsules in the bottle. All right. Now, the next rule. Basically, you need to be on a fiber supplement. We highly recommend guar gum as your fiber supplement, and you can get this over the counter. The reason we like guar gum is basically for 4 reasons. One, it's going to reduce your risk of colon cancer. Second is it's going to reduce your cholesterol and absorption of cholesterol in your GI tract. Third is it's going to help reduce the glycemic index of the foods that you have. And fourth, guar gum has an added property that the other dietary fibers don't, to where it actually acts like a sponge when it hits your GI tract. It actually expands. So it acts as an all-natural appetite suppressant. And that's a great side effect that we like to see. So I mentioned before that we have developed our own 6-step methodology fiber fulfilled drink mix. Now this is something that you can use to substitute for over-the-counter guar gum if you like. We've actually added guar gum to our drink mix, and the reason we developed this is because some people did not like the idea of putting in dietary fibers, didn't like the gritty taste of some of them. So we've actually put together our own drink mix, which is a packet of a tropical fruit blended mix which has the guar gum mixed in it. You basically mix in a packet with a full glass of water twice a day, add some ice. It tastes like Kool-Aid. It's fantastic. So it doesn't matter to me which you use, but you got to get this in. It's very, very important. Now, any type of dietary fiber can increase GI symptoms such as bloating. If you get any of those symptoms, then just reduce the dose to 1 tablespoon twice a day. Okay? But that's the limitation to our rules. All right. Let's move on a little bit to the science. How is the diet helping you? Well, the diet, like I said, is enhancing your fat-burning hormones and minimizing your fat-storing hormones. So let's go into that a little bit more detail. The diet is low in simple and complex sugar, which means it's actually reducing your insulin level. And remember, insulin is a fat-storing hormone, so on the diet, your insulin levels are going to plummet. Okay? In addition, the diet is filled with beneficial proteins. And these beneficial proteins actually stimulate something called postprandial thermogenesis, which is basically the amount of calories your body needs to digest nutrients. So you're actually enhancing your body's metabolism. In addition to that, the diet is going to stimulate an increase of glucagon in your blood. Glucagon works as another hormone secreted by your pancreas, but it does the opposite of insulin. It actually goes to your fat cells and says, hey, break these things down for energy. It's kind of like your anti-insulin. So we're going to shoot your glucagon levels really high. All right. Low in caffeine, as I mentioned, it's going to keep your growth hormone levels high so you lose fat, not muscle. High in omega-3 fatty acids from such items as the fish, the olive oil, and the nuts. These are actually going to stimulate an enzyme in your body called carnitine palmitoyltransferase 1, otherwise known as CPT1. CPT1 basically produces an amino acid in your fat cell called carnitine. Carnitine is very, very important for weight loss and fatty acid oxidation. It actually works like a forklift in your fat cells. It goes to the cytoplasm, which is the storage form of your fat cells, and it moves things along into the mitochondria, which is basically your energy-producing factory of the fat cell. So it's just moving things along, stimulating fatty acid oxidation, as well as enhancing energy during weight loss. Now, we have added carnitine in the 6-Step Essentials, which is a very pure source of carnitine, just to enhance that effect as well. Calcium. Studies have shown that added calcium can actually inhibit an enzyme in your body called fatty acid synthetase. Fatty acid synthetase does just that. It synthesizes fat cells. So we're going to help put a block on this with the added calcium, which you're going to be getting from the diet. In addition, the calcium is added to the 6-step essentials appropriately balanced with magnesium. Guar gum, as I mentioned, it's going to reduce the glycemic index of the foods that you eat, as well as act as an all-natural appetite suppressant. The phytochemicals that you get from all the variety of different vegetables that you're going to be having on the plan are actually going to reduce your risk of cardiovascular disease, as well as reduce your risk for certain types of cancer, particularly lung cancer. And that's how the diet's helping you. So the diet of the future today. All right. And move on here. These are some of the scientific references we use. Please feel free to look these up and talk to us about them. We have plenty more. In fact, we have a number of physicians who actually come through the program. We help them with weight loss, but they're there and they should be there in your packet. Now, here are a few sample menus. This is just to get you thinking on how to eat with the diet. Now, the initial sheet with the categories, that's going to be your key. You don't have to eat this way, but this is just to get you thinking and also to illustrate that you can eat out quite well on the diet. In fact, you could go to Ruby Tuesdays. You could have their petite sirloin steak with steamed broccoli and mashed cauliflower. It's a fantastic meal, and it's all category 1. You could actually go to the Olive Garden. You could have their mixed grill with a side of steamed broccoli. You could have their salad, take out their croutons, hold off on the bread, and it's a fantastic meal. Another important aspect of the sample menus is to emphasize the importance of breakfast. Breakfast is very important. Now, you've probably heard that in the past, but you might not know why. Actually, when you eat breakfast, it takes about 10 hours for that food to transit through your small intestine to hit the distal part of your small intestine known as your terminal ileum. Your terminal ileum secretes a hormone called GLP-1, glucagon-like peptide 1. This is a very important hormone that communicates with the brain, and it calms down the appetite centers. Not only does it help to increase your metabolism, but it also helps significantly reduce your food cravings later in the afternoon and the evening. Now, on this diet, I want your GLP-1 levels to be high all the time, so it's very important to have something for breakfast in the morning. Now, what are the things that you could have for breakfast on this diet? I mean, there are tons of things you could have. Now, these traditional paradigms of these food pyramid breakfasts with the orange juice and the cereals and the waffle, the bagels, the toast, those are wrong to begin with. Those are the worst things that you could possibly have for breakfast. Those really stimulate the insulin. So to get you thinking on things that you could be having on this diet, you could certainly be having some eggs, scrambled eggs or a Western-style omelet. You could have a slice of chicken breast or some beans. You could have some tuna salad. That makes a fantastic breakfast, and it's very, very healthy. You could have the 6-step oatmeal as a breakfast alternative, or you could even have one of your category 4 items as a breakfast item if you like. In fact, if you use one of your category 4 items as a meal replacement, for example, to replace breakfast, then it doesn't count against your quota. You still have 2 more of those left. So there's a wonderful array of foods that you could be eating for breakfast, and getting our mind out of specific stereotypes, which happen to be wrong, is very, very important so we can move forward with your weight loss and understanding long-term lifestyle modifications. So these are the sample menus. I'm going to let you read through these on your own, but just to get you thinking on how to lose weight. Well, that's the ins and outs of the 6-step weight loss diet. I certainly hope I've answered a lot of your questions you may have had regarding weight loss. It's been a pleasure going over this with you, and I look forward to your beginning and continued success with weight loss. Thank you.